What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? Sorry that uploads today have been have really just, I guess, not been non-existent. My mom has been traveling the country with my little sister. My sister's group is nearby. My mom's been volunteering with them. She came home yesterday and has been, here today, and able to cut out a little bit and do a video here, or do this video of some news that I missed from last week. But my mom's been here today. She's going back with the group to finish up the last little leg of the tour later. So I'll definitely be back later today with more Troubleshooter, some Hard West, and This Is the Police, and all that. I just wanted to throw that in there before we hop into this news. Now, this news that I missed. I saw some talk about this today, and this really interested me. And I found this article on IGN. BioWare is still working on Mass Effect and Dragon Age, alongside Anthem. Article Adam Bankhurst of IGN. Now, I think this is important to mention, at least for me, because I have been giving BioWare and EA a lot of flack lately. Now, I will also say, in my defense, I don't think it's undeserved. And the thing is, Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'll go on the record again saying this, the game itself did not piss me off like I think it pissed off a lot of people. I will say this about Mass Effect Andromeda. I think the game was good. It was decent. It was at least a 7 on my book. In my book, a 7 is my base level. It was good. It worked. Whatever. It had technical issues. There was some when I say performance, I mean like voice acting or whatever. And you had technical issues. There was a little bit of a lackluster story, but all in all, the game ran. It was enjoyable, start to finish. Now, I will say this though: while it was a good game, it was a subpar Mass Effect game, and that is how I'll put it. But I wasn't overly depressed with it or disappointed with it. I was a little, it could have been better, but all in all, it wasn't awful. Now, my big issue with what BioWare was doing was what BioWare did after the fact. My big problems with BioWare saying, we're not going to have expansions. We're basically going to stop giving updates to the game and fixing problems. We're going to, instead of continuing the Mass Effect Andromeda, just like doing another game in the Andromeda series, as far as what I remember them talking about was, we're going to wrap up the Andromeda arc in a book. I believe it was Soderlund of EA who came out and blamed, the community for why the game's scores weren't doing well. Instead of going, look, we kind of screwed the pooch on this one, we fucked up. No, it's everybody was so harsh. It's a bad look. And then they come out with Anthem, which is a new project with something that BioWare hasn't done yet. And I'm smelling EA all over this, and I'm sitting here going, ooh, I'm not sure about this. But as I've seen more and more of Anthem, I'm getting more and more interested, more and more excited. And I think this is important. I talked about something on the show that apparently if Anthem doesn't meet expectations, BioWare still will exist. So or supposedly people believe it will still exist. So I'm gonna try and remain optimistic. I'm not always trying to be a pessimist. I'm always not trying to be negative. It's what I see. It's what I focus on, because I don't see a point of always paying attention to the good. I think paying attention to the bad is probably more important, because then we know what to fix. So that's just me. That's a little look into my personality. Now, let's get into this article here. BioWare has confirmed that while the team is hard at work on the upcoming Anthem, there are still teams working on the beloved franchises of Mass Effect and Dragon Age. In BioWare's Midsummer Update, General Manager Casey Hudson stated, and I quote, "We hear loud and clear the interest in BioWare doing more Dragon Age and Mass Effect, so rest assured that we have some teams hidden away working on some secret stuff that I think you'll really like. We're just not ready to talk about any of it for a little while," end quote. See, and I think this was something to mention at E3, during the EA conference, during anything. This is something, I think this was something very important to mention, that look, we're doing Anthem, but here's maybe a 30-second, like a concept trailer, or just give me a little taste of the upcoming Dragon Age or Mass Effect. I think that would have put my mind a lot more at ease if we would have seen something at EA, as opposed to just, don't worry, these projects aren't DOA. And I mean Dead on Arrival, not Dead or Alive. This should lend some hope to fans of the Mass Effect series, which last year was said to be put on hold following the launch of Mass Effect Andromeda. That another thing that kind of made me go, ooh. As for Dragon Age, there have been rumors and small talk of a new entry, with BioWare writer Alexis Kennedy speaking about working on a new game in the franchise, and Casey Hudson discussing how the in-development new Dragon Age title will be a live experience. That worries me. Yeah, and it worries me because I don't want to see them take Dragon Age and turn it flat out into an MMO. So that's what that says to me. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to kind of take what they're learning from Anthem and putting it in Dragon Age with that sentence. But that just, when I see live in quotation marks, again, it's just something that I go, oh dear God, don't screw this up. Please don't make me hate Dragon Age. The Midsummer update also shed a little light on Anthem's solution to the player's fear of having agency in a living world called Our World, My Story. The Our World part will be a dynamic world experienced in real time by all Anthem players, day/night, weather, and world scale events that shape the ongoing narrative of the setting, end quote. When you return to Fort Terrace, that's where you will get the more traditional single-player experience, and I quote, it's where you spend time developing relationships, making choices, and seeing consequences. That's the my story part, end quote. See, now that is something that I do like about, that I am liking about Anthem, is this concept that it's going to be more... I'm trying to think the best way to put this. I think this is what a lot of these kind of games have been promising us for the longest time, that look, here's this multiplayer part, but then there's the single player bit where you get the story and everything. I think the original Division was trying to do something like that, with, you have the Dark Zone, which is where all the multiplayer stuff is, but then you have the rest of New York where all the single player stuff can be. My only problem with that was the fact that the story made you play multi. If you wanted a decently balanced game, you had to play it with other people. It was super hard to play by yourself. Which is, again, just something that I'm really hoping that Anthem has a little bit more of that balance. Because if you tell me that you can play it by yourself, it needs to be achievable. Not, well, you can play it by yourself, but you're going to get your ass handed to you. No, it needs to be balanced. That is, I think, my biggest critique of everything that I've seen so far, and that is the thing that I'm most looking forward to, that I am most looking at when Anthem drops next year. Let's see here. The team will go into more detail during their panel at PAX Prime, which runs from August 31st to September 3rd in Seattle, Washington. You can learn more about Anthem by reading Why We Believe Anthem is BioWare's Whole New World and learning 161 facts, blah, blah, blah. Launch February 22nd, 2019. So, like I said, that article's from IGN. I'll link it down in the description below. Yeah, like I said earlier, this keeps giving me more and more hope for BioWare, but I'm still nervous. I'm still kind of going, oh, dear God, don't. I'm kind of looking at it like the little engine that could. It's just don't just completely shoot these franchises in the foot, because I think the biggest thing with Mass Effect Andromeda that people didn't like was the fact that they tried to change it too much from what a Mass Effect game was. They were trying to do too. I don't think the combat fit with what the game was. I don't think the story. I just think a lot of games nowadays are trying to do this. They're trying to pull away from what made the earlier games so good. I'm playing Far Cry 3 right now. Or I guess we can even look at, like, this is what, like, when they're saying the whole live experience thing with the new Dragon Age. This is like what, like, I'm playing Far Cry, like I said, I'm playing Far Cry 3 right now. I loved 5. I thought 5 was really good. I think I scored it 8 out of 10. I think it would have been better if they would have made the story more similar to what Far Cry 3 and 4 did, which was a more linear, character-based experience, as opposed to this, well, you're the main character, and you make your character, and you can do any of these 3 regions of Hope County in your own time, and all this stuff. This open storytelling method, I don't I think is hard to do in games that what makes them really cool is their stories. Stuff like I said, like Far Cry, stuff like Dragon Age and Mass Effect. I think these open storytelling techniques don't work as well. But again, that's all my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me, does this give you more hope on BioWare? Does this give you more hope for maybe these upcoming projects for Anthem, anything like that? We'll probably talk more about Anthem closer to when PAX Prime is, and on the 31st, on the 3rd, all that stuff. And yeah, like I said, that's a quick little update video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, my name's AJ Gels. This is Humphrey Gaming Channel, Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links to all that stuff is in the description. Like, comment, not already. Please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.